Hi, this is Autumn with Feel Your Core. We've got a 10-minute morning stretch routine for you if you're feeling a little achy and you want to get yourself moving. We'll start in an all fours position. You'll want just a mat or whatever surface you're going to work out on. If it is a hard surface, I recommend a small pillow, padding, or doubling up your mat. Let's come to our all fours. Wrists go underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips. And we'll get started with cat-cow. We'll roll our pelvis under, round our spine, relaxing our head. And then we'll reverse, go the opposite direction. When you're here, think about lengthening through the spine, sits bones going one direction, top of the head going the other. You can even get a little lift of your chin. And then we roll under. So here's the thing, you've done cat-cow numerous times before, but what I want you to think about here is the articulation of the spine. What this means is we'll start in that center spot, initiate from the very, very, very base of your tailbone, and start to roll that under first. Use your abdominals and slowly roll pelvis under. You'll get to the point where your low back starts to move. Keep rolling under. Try to think one vertebra at a time. Go up through your mid back, then your upper back, and then letting our head and neck relax. When we reverse that, we're actually going to start at our tailbone again. So we're going to start that same area to uncoil. We'll slowly reverse that motion. Again, tailbone, moving through our low back, mid back, upper, and then lifting our chin to get our neck. That feels good. Initiate from our pelvis, the very lowest part of that sacrum tailbone. Use lots of lower abdominals so that you can isolate just tailbone sacrum rolling under. Then we get through our low back, then our mid back, upper, head and neck. We'll reverse that. Tailbone come out. Thinking of releasing, but again, going one vertebra at a time. The reason we do this is that when we cat-cow, typically a lot of us are going to move from the same area. It's actually a little hinge spot of our spine. Come back to the center. We just move from that same area. Tuck our toes under, lift our hips back. Downward facing dog. Let's walk the dog, bend one leg, then the other. And when you move from the same spot, what ends up happening is you create a hinge, a spot where your back likes to move. And then on the other sides of your, that area of your hinge, you're going to create really tight spots of your spine. We don't want that. We want the whole area to move and be stable when it wants to be, when it needs to be. From here, let's walk our feet back towards our hand, bending our knees whenever we need to and however much we need to. Relax the head, relax the neck, and then roll up one vertebra at a time. Once we get to the very top, abdominals engage. Let's lift our hands up. And then from here, keep the weight in your heels as you lift up through your chest and sternum. Exhale, hinge forward. Let's come down into that forward fold, softening the knees, relaxing the head and neck. We can walk our hands out or our feet out, coming into a plank position, and then step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Lower our knee down to the floor and hold. We'll open our right knee out to the side and then pull it back in. We go out and then back in. Out and in. Let's stay with this. Two more. Last one. And then hold. Press up. Hands come to our thigh. Lift ourselves up. Roll our pelvis under. And then abdominals engage. So what you can do is if you push your hands into your thigh and then you press and you round, you can really get this rolling of the pelvis under, back kind of rounding, and then keep that as you allow the whole operation to lean forward. I want to go only as far forward as I can keep my pelvis rolled under, my abdominals engaged so that I don't dump into the low back. And we'll just hold for a moment here. Feeling hip flexor, back of that leg, get a stretch. Try not to fall over like I am. And then we'll release our hands down to the floor. Let's switch, go to the other side. However feels best, easiest, most comfortable for you. Left foot goes to the outside of our left hand. Right knee drops down, and then we open our left knee out and then back in. I'm going to come this way so you can see a different view. So we open our knee out. We bring it right back in. Open and then in. Let's stay with that. 2 more. Last one. Bring our hands up onto our thigh. Same thing. Push down into our hands, roll pelvis under, round through the back. Abs engage, and then let the whole operation lean just a little bit forward. We're going to get this stretch through the hip flexor. Hold and breathe here. What I've found, it's probably hit, somewhere into this like early mid-ish 40s, and I feel this way for a lot of my clients as well, that all of a sudden one day it changes. You wake up, maybe you're able to jump up out of bed, and maybe for some of you it's earlier, maybe for some of you it's later in your years, but you can't jump out of bed as easily. You feel like you're walking out of bed a little bit more stiff, and having a quick go-to routine is so great. Let's bring it back into our all fours. From here, let's take our right knee out to the side. You can stay on your hands if it feels comfortable. You can drop to your forearms. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see a little bit better. And then from here, we'll rock our hips back towards our heel and back forward. Help stretch the inner thighs and our groin. We take it back, bring it back forward. Front and back. Let's go just a few times. 2 more. Last one, and we'll switch. We go other side, other side. I find this area is to be kind of notoriously tighter. Let's go down onto our forearms. And sometimes it's just moving things in larger ranges of motion. It feels good. It opens us up, and it gets us just ready to start our day. What I will say, and as you all know from other videos that we've done, and if you haven't done them, check out some of the other ones, is that if we are tight all the time in a spot, it can often mean that we're weak. Not always, but it can often mean that we are weak. So if we're continuing to stretch the same area, it might be something to check out. Let's go 2. Last one, and then we'll release. Let's come back up into that all fours position. So wrists underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips, right knee down, lift our right foot up, pivot our foot and turn our gaze. You're going to create this C shape on the side of the body. And then pivot, go the other way, create another C. Back and forth, we go 1 C. We switch, we go other C. This is a good low back stretch. This is another good one. If any of these are like intuitively like, oh, this feels really good, maybe you pull some of them out. Switch, we go the other way. I'm going to turn around. This is the worst view, but it does show the exercise. You're going to pivot other foot. Maybe you pull some of these out and you do them throughout the day. I'd say this one's a great one if you are going to be sitting for a while, whether that's in a car, flying, at our computer, whatever that means. This is a really great one to move the low back, get it feeling good. And then let's release. Take it back into a child's pose position. In our child's pose, walk our hands over to the left side. Take our left hand and bring it on top of your right hand. Push your right hand down and try to pull it forward. As you do so, think of taking your right hip back. This is going to give a good stretch to your shoulder lat. You almost think of like creating a banana shape on one side of the body. And then let's walk it over the other way. Walk over the other way. Right hand comes down onto the left. Push down. Think of pulling forward. Get that stretch through that left side of the body. We'll release. Let's lower down onto our back. You're almost done. Come down onto our back. Once we get down here, take our right ankle, bring it up onto our left knee. Hands come down to the side of the body. Drop the whole operation to the left. You want to go only as far as your right shoulder stays grounded. Bring it right back up to the center. Let's drop it over and then right back up. It's kind of one breath, one rep. So we go down, We come right back up. Let's do one more. And then we'll switch. We go other side, same thing. Drop it down, bring it back up. So you'll feel this probably, maybe abdominals. You might even feel a little bit through the hips and the glutes. Where it is working is that mid-back. So getting a little rotation through our mid-back. Let's go 2 more here. One last one. Bring it all the way up. We have one last thing for you. Left leg goes long, right leg, pull it into your chest. So this isn't going to be a big stretch, but instead of a movement, so you're going to pull your right knee over to the left. If I think about lengthening my right hip long, I'm going to feel more of a stretch. I hold for just a moment and I bring it up and circle it the other way. It's almost like you're creating a rainbow. So you go over, up and out. And you're finding, if you think of like a pestle mortar, so you're thinking about your upper thigh being that kind of that stick and then circling it in the bowl there. So you're finding your joint and just kind of moving that leg, big range through your joint. And then let's switch. We'll go other side. Final thing. Pull your other knee in. Same thing. Cross it over. Left hand, left hip reaches your left hip down towards your right foot. Open and out. Cross it up and over. Up and out. That's it. This can be as slow as you want. So you can take a couple breaths to get there. You can hold a couple breaths to get the other way, or it can be kind of a one breath, one rep-ish. One more. And then pull our knees into the chest. Give a little massage of the spine. You all are done. We by no means got the entire body, but I hope we did wake it up. If you like this, please hit like, hit subscribe, pass it on to a friend. Try out some of our other videos. Have an amazing day.